Today, we are going to be looking at a super cool guitar, and one that I've been waiting for a long time. This is the Gretsch G2410TG for turquoise, something, whatever it is. It is not just a really good looking guitar. It is an experience, especially if you've never played a fully hollow electric guitar with a Bixby, let's not forget. So let's dive into it. Look wise, this guitar is a bomb. I've got to say, it's got that classy attitude, that typical Gretsch styling, but it also has that kind of vibe where you know it's gonna be sweet, it's refined, but at the same time it can kick you in the nuts in 2 seconds. So really cool. I love the way it looks. This comes with the arched, really nicely arched actually, maple laminate body. And this, as I said before, is fully hollow, so you don't have the center block at all. One of the things that makes the Streamliner series interesting is that they've made little more modern tweaks to the design. And one of them is actually making it slightly thinner. So this is still going to be thicker than your 335, for example, but it's quite a bit thinner than your traditional Gretsch style would have been. So it is a little bit more comfortable. It's a little bit lighter as well. You have a very well cut synthetic nut, so it looks and feels great. You have the standard 22 medium jumbo frets, but what is a little different here, as opposed to a lot of the more modern Gretsches, is you don't have the thumbnails on it. The inlays are actually the humped ones, and this is kind of a vintage thing that Gretsch used to do on some of the older models. In terms of controls, well, it's a Gretsch. You got Gretsch style controls. What you have is your usual selector switch up here, usual master volume for Gretsch, and then you have neck volume, bridge volume, and a single tone control for the pickups. So you don't have 2 tone controls, you just have 1. Then we come to the pickups. The pickups are not Filtertrons, although they kind of look like Filtertrons. The pickups are Gretsch's own BT2S Broadtrons, which, although they are styled very much to look like a Filtertron, these are Gretsch's more modern pickups that they include in a lot of their recent series. And there are very substantial differences with the more Filtertron type pickup. If you were to compare it to something, this is slightly more humbuckerish in style, if that's even a word. Is it humbuckerish? Finally, I left it for last, but the star of the show is this Bixby. This is a licensed Bixby trem, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Also, when you're playing, it just adds that character. You can kind of get those shimmery sounds. Really cool. This isn't a $2,000 guitar. This is a sub $500 guitar. I really didn't know what was to be expected. The number one thing I look for in a guitar, except for the neck, is the character. Does it have balls? And this definitely has loads of balls, but it can give you a nice hug as well. So very cool. I think at sort of $400 price range, this is really hard to beat. I don't think it's in the same league as, you know, Epis and stuff like that. I think I've been clear, very hard to beat this guitar. I'm gonna keep playing.